Alright guys, we should be live. What's going on? James here. I'm live streaming tonight because I didn't necessarily have a video planned, so I figured we could do a live stream, talk about some Bucs football. I could answer some questions for you guys. You know, we can just hang out and talk about some Bucs football, doing another live stream for here for a little bit. So what's going on, guys? I'm going to let the chat fill up for a little bit. Kevin, what's up, my man? How are you doing? If you guys have any questions related to Buccaneers football, as always, I got you covered. Just going to hang out, talk about some Bucs football. Not a lot been going on the past couple of days, aside from a couple of signings. You know, here and there, Kentrell Bryce just signed not too long ago, as well as a couple of other guys. So, nothing been too crazily going on. Am I still trying to do a meetup? Yeah, still trying to do that. Life has gotten in the way in a big way. School, work, you guys know the drill. So that's been something. You hear the Bucs hired two new. Oh, Ethan. I heard they hired two new coaches. Love new nutritionists. There we go. Oh God, the memes are already starting. What's up, Eric? How are you, man? Are they going to get a QB? Yo, Gotti, you know, if they did, what I would expect, you know, if they were to go out there, the one that I would expect them to go out and get a quarterback most likely would probably be in like the 6th or 7th round. They're not going to take a guy, I assume, before round 5 at the absolute most. You know, that's what I would think. But yeah, that's a good question though. I definitely have seen a lot of people ask that. I might actually make a future video on that. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm actually gonna write that one down actually. Yeah, it should be an interesting situation. I see a lot of you guys are commenting about the adding of the 2 female coaches. That's exciting. Lori Locust, and she's the assistant defensive lineman coach, and I know we hired somebody else as a strength and conditioning coach, an assistant to that position, so that should be interesting. What did I think of the Avengers trailer? Good, but weak. Like, I thought it was fine, but I also thought we didn't get to see a whole lot, you know? It wasn't like this groundbreaking trailer, you know? Usually Marvel, when they do these types of trailers, they drop you like one thing where they say like, holy crap, this is really going to get me pumped up. But it was kind of like a by the books trailer in my opinion, you know, which is fine. It's the Avengers. They can do that. They're still going to make a crap ton of money. But I was a little disappointed that we didn't get a kind of at least one like big shocking moment, you know. I guess Captain Marvel's in it, but we all knew that was gonna happen, you know. So it's interesting. keep them away from Jameis. Yeah, are we really gonna draft defensive tackle Williams? Oh, are we really going defensive tackle if Williams is gone? Oliver could happen. Richard, if Williams is gone, maybe you go after one of the edge rushers that are still going to be available there. A lot of talent just besides Williams, but I do think that the Buccaneers could also be in a position to trade down. Should he be gone, they're in a great position, honestly. They're in just a phenomenal position. Ladies in the coaching room, Goat is back. Hello, Kevin. What do I think about the women's coaches that we hired? I'm fine with it, you know. You know, I'm going to treat them like coaches. They got to go out there, they got to coach. Strength and conditioning, they got to make sure the players are ready. Defensive line assistant coach, you got to make sure the defensive line's ready. I'm not going to treat them any differently because nobody else is, so I figure we shouldn't either. You know, that's just how I see it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, like, I'm just not going to, you know, I'm going to expect them to do their jobs, you know. That's what I would expect of any coach. So, you know, it should be good. It should be good. Who would I want us to draft if Bosa, Quinn Allen, and White are all gone? Trade down and take Greedy Williams. I mean, that'd probably be my pick, or Ed Oliver, or Jawan Taylor, or Jonah Williams. Either one of those 3 guys. Those would be my picks. Blake, thank you for the super chat. You demand. You demand, Blake. You demand for that super chat, okay? That's what I think. Good night, everyone. I'm Tiago checking in from Argentina. Oh, right on, man. Hello, Tiago. How are you, my friend? Honest question, you think the Arians brought in women because they're the best for... Oh, do I think that they're best for the Bucs or just because they're women? I would like to think that Arians is kind of just giving people a chance to increase their coaching resumes. You know, that's what I would think. That's what I would think. What I think about the Toy Story trailer? Weak. It's a weak trailer. Another one that's pretty weak. Bobo or Bashaud in the slot, or Justin Watson. I would say, you know, it's interesting. I thought of Bashaud Breeland in the possible slot role, but I'm not sure. Is the live stream's live, right? I'm not crazy. It says on YouTube that it's not live, so I can't see how many people are viewing. Let me read this chat real quick, and then I'll go ahead and restart the page. But Watson cannot catch down the stream if Jameis does well this year. Will the Bucs enter? Oh, if Jameis does not do well this year, will the Bucs enter into a full rebuild? Possibly. I mean, not with Arians, because I don't think Arians has enough time to go into a full rebuild, you know. Bobo might be an option for the slot, though, just to come back to that real quick. Maybe Bashaud Breeland, or maybe they just end up drafting somebody, you know. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Hi, John. How are you, my friend? Depth isn't going to help the Bucs when the starters aren't even that good at best. Corners right now, B-, C+. Who cares about depth when the difference between starters and backups is the same? Well, again, I mean, it's not like a situation where we haven't been clamoring to add another cornerback. I feel adding more cornerbacks is definitely something that needs to happen. I think they're just taking their time with it, and, you know, it's just something we got to wait out on. But we'll just have to wait and see. Winston's going to have a Pro Bowl type of year. I'm totally on board with that. Didn't get Jason Verrett, I know. Pretty disappointing in my opinion. My guy's gone too, Bashaud Breeland. I believe he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. So that'll be interesting. Draft Greedy Williams says Winter Soldier. That could be a good option. Hey Red, how are you, man? Red Killer. Fitz went to the Dolphins. What do I think about that? You know, Dolphins, they say they're tanking. I still don't know if I believe that. Because no team is super open about tanking, you know, because then you actually start to get into trouble if you're this open about tanking. So, we'll see. Maybe they're really putting some extreme smoke screens out and plotting something, but it's just something you gotta wait and see. Fitz could very well be the starter, but they could also go out and get a guy like Haskins, you know, who knows? That's just something we kind of have to wait on. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me see here. Let me just go down to the... Okay, James, this is a real question. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to skip some of the chat. What's up, Nicholas? How are you, my friend? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. So, James, is a real question. Which games should, if any, Tampa Bay play in prime time? They play the NFC West. So that's the Rams, the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the... Seahawks, right? Yeah. The AFC South, okay. Giants, Lions, and obviously the NFC South. If they were to play a game in prime time, man, I mean, honestly, with the past 2 years, the way the Bucs have been doing, I don't think they're going to get any primetime games. Maybe it gets flexed into a primetime spot, but maybe you do primetime Titans and Bucs. Maybe you do primetime Titans and Bucs, because this could very well be the last time that Mariota and Winston play each other on their very first teams, which could be interesting, you know? Could be very interesting. That's what I would do. I would, if I had to pick a primetime game, I'd pick Titans and Bucs. And they're kind of relatively close in terms of their overall potential and upside next season, so that's what I would do. I think that'd be a cool story, too, to give throughout the process of the game. You know, I think that would be interesting. Now with all those one-year deals, hey, I love the one-year deals, okay? The one-year deals are good. What's up, Taz? How are you? The hoodie, dude, it's too hot out for the hoodie, okay? It's too hot out. Mike can either OJ or Godwin 1,000 yards. Yeah, I would say both of them could get 1,000 yards for sure. Bucs will go 7-9. You know, hey, be an improvement, you know? Is Jason Light in danger because they've already have variants, but let's be real, things haven't been pretty? Well, Brenda, I wouldn't say that things haven't been pretty. I think things have been fine, all things considered. I don't think they've done anything bad. I don't think Jason Light's in danger right now. He's obviously, you know, his seat's getting kind of warm, so to speak. But, you know, we haven't even started playing games yet. You know, we haven't even drafted yet. So I think that everything's fine. Hey, Brent, how are you? How are you, my friend? Ethan is really going to town on the Watson takes, and he's really in defense of Watson here, not being in the slot. Hey Yardy, how are you? How are you? So I don't believe Winston will be our franchise quarterback. I think he definitely has the potential to be. I'm more worried about Marcus Mariota, especially considering that the Tennessee Titans just traded for Ryan Tannehill. That to me shows that they are not 100% with Marcus Mariota as their franchise quarterback, because you don't see the Buccaneers going out here and trading for a guy who has been a long-term starter for a team for multiple years. So I think Mariota's more in danger of not being a franchise quarterback than Winston, for sure. Whenever you look at the numbers, whenever you look at Mariota's injury history, he's looked worse than Winston, you know? He's looked worse than Winston. I know wins is the ultimate stat, but I haven't been particularly too impressed with Mariota since he's gotten drafted. You know, I've seen mediocre quarterback play, kind of game manager-esque type of quarterback play, and then a lot of injuries. So not too impressive in my opinion. Thoughts on Baker? Love Baker. Didn't see him and Winston interact. I love both of them. I love Baker Mayfield. He's got a really good type of attitude for being in the situation he was in last year. He made the most of it, and now, you know, he was rewarded for having that kind of top dog leadership type of attitude, you know. So it should be interesting to see how his career progresses. I think he could easily be one of the top guys in the next 4 or 5 years. Can I watch film on Joe Jackson from Miami? Sure, I can watch film on Joe Jackson. Let me actually write that name down. Joe Jackson. Gotcha. Yeah. Did I hear Curry re-sign with the Eagles? I did. It's not gonna fit into our compensation pick formula, but good for him, I guess. Him and Deshaun Jackson get to go home, so good for them, you know. Auden Tate, Bucs should give him a try. He's from Florida State, very young, very big target. I remember Auden Tate. He does have really good size, you know. I think he's got phenomenal size. Say give him a shot, you know. Worst comes to worst, maybe you can put him on the practice squad. What do I take at the 5th pick right now? It really depends on who all falls, but defensive line is a really appealing thing, in my opinion. I might just have to go with that by default. James will be here for 5 more years. James is always better than Marcus Mariota. Indeed, we should in the coming years just let Arians handle free agency and make his money in the draft. Hey, man, go Bolts. Hey, Rhett, how are you, man? Go Bolts. Are they playing tonight? Because I was going to take my girlfriend to the Lightning game, but I couldn't remember when the Lightning played. I feel like they play every night. I haven't been to a Lightning game in years, so I wanted to go to one recently, but I never remember. I was looking on SeatGeek and everything. I was going to surprise her with tickets and go. But, yeah, I need to go to a Lightning game soon because it's getting to the end of the season, man. It's getting to the end of the season. Yeah, which new acquisition will have the biggest impact? Shaq Barrett, in my opinion. For sure, Shaq Barrett. I think he's got starting potential easily. I think he'll be really good. What if Mariota comes to Tampa Bay if Jameis does bad? I'll cry. I don't think it would happen, but I'd cry. I would cry. I'd like to see more games where we're not playing from behind. Indeed, Carlos. Indeed. Greedy or White? Probably White, but as time goes on, I'm really starting to like Greedy Williams more and more, but I'd probably still go White here. Will our passing attack be as good as last year? I think it'll be better, honestly. I think it definitely has the chance to be better, for sure. Mariota never had an O.J. Howard, Mike Evans, D. Jackson, and Adam Humphries. That's true, but that isn't to say that he hasn't had weapons. He's had one of the better younger running backs in the game with Derrick Henry, which he's been completely underutilized. And you also take into account Delaney Walker's been good. You also had Rashad Matthews, who I think did some really good things for them. And I think you had a superior offensive line in Tennessee by a long shot compared to Tampa Bay. You know, that's what I think. I think that, you know, while Tampa Bay might have had some of the better skill weapons, I think that Tennessee had the better offensive line. I think the better rushing attack at the end of the day. You know, oh, they're playing tonight. There you go. There you go. I'm going to have to catch up to this chat. Oh, no. Hi, Jordan. How are you? Let me see. Oh, God. I'm always so behind on this chat. What about Noah Spence? I think Spence could be a good, role player for sure. If you ever go and come out and say what's up, I work for 2.5 below. We're out there every game with box hockey. Oh, right on, man. Redo, come say hi. We can hang out, talk about some hockey. It'd be a good time. Does Deone Bucannon was a first-round pick under Arians? He's a steal. Was he a first-round pick? I do not have season passes, no, to Buccaneers. No, I do not. I've been trying to get season passes, but I don't have anybody who will go with me. So, you know. Noah Spence is done. We need Hollywood Brown. What do I think is our floor record for next year? 7-9 probably is the floor. That's probably a safe assumption in my opinion. Thoughts on Brate? I like him a lot. Hey JT, how are you? Do I think the Bucs are still looking at greedy? Yeah, I think they are, especially given how the Buccaneers have kind of been ho-hum about cornerback right now. Yeah, I think it's for sure a possibility. No Spence should do really well in the 3-4. Yeah, that's, you know, I think he'll do good in that. What's up, TB Bucs? How are you? Let me see. James added you on IG. All right, I'll go check it out, Jordan. I obviously wanted Mariota over Winston. You got me. How'd you know? I secretly have a hidden Buccaneers custom Mariota jersey hidden away. You got me. Do I have a record prediction? Not yet. I'll develop one after the draft and whatnot. If Quinn Williams drops to 5, you take him? Yeah, you should take him if he drops to 5. I don't think Jensen's overrated. I just think he had a tough year 1. I don't think he had a terrible year 1, but I think he had a tough year 1. I think he can improve, though, with the right discipline, especially with Arians on board. The discipline's going to be legit. So, you know. Of course, Johnny, I got you for all your questions. What about Brate? I'd love to see him break out again. I like Brate. I think he's fine, especially last year after OJ went down. He continued to be that insane red zone target that he used to be for Jameis before OJ got there. It's just a tough situation because OJ's there now and OJ is just really freaking good. So it's tough, but I still like him on the team for sure. Go crazy. Oh my God, I've seen that video. It's so funny. Oh my God, it's so funny. Who will the Bucs draft if the Raiders draft Devin White? Probably Quinnen Williams if he's there. That would pretty much signal that Quinnen Williams would be there. What's up, Ken? How are you? What good chances do you think the Lightning have this year of winning it all? Like winning the Stanley Cup? I mean, I still look at the standings a lot, and they are so much better than every other team. They've got to be the large favorites, you know? They've got to be the large favorites, for sure. What do I think will be the biggest surprise of the draft? You know what? I think that the Dolphins are really laying out some smoke screens, and I think they're going to try and trade up over a team like the Giants and get a guy like Dwayne Haskins. That's what I think. Also, Kyler Murray going number 1 with the Cardinals, I think would be actually really surprising because I know everybody's saying like, oh, well, it's going to happen. But like, honestly, that's pretty ballsy of the Cardinals to go from not only a head coach after year 1, but a quarterback you just drafted in the first round after year 1 as well. That's pretty ballsy. So I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but that would also be really surprising. Who I think would rather, who would you rather have drop, Quinn Williams or Josh Allen? Quinn Williams. Dude's a beast. The dude's an absolute beast. Let me see here. Do I think Bosa will fall? No. I want him to, but he won't. Would I consider OJ injury prone? Maybe a little bit. I don't think it's like terrible, but it is a little worrying. But we'll see. Indeed. Did the Cards trade their quarterback? Not yet. That's what makes me think that they might not select Kyler Murray number 1, because I heard some reports saying that they're going to draft Kyler Murray. They're going to draft Kyler. You know, they were going to trade away Josh Rosen by, I believe, March 13th. It's March 21st now. They haven't traded away Josh Rosen, sorry. What's going on? So, I don't know. Maybe. Judge by mock draft. Devin White, Julian Love. Okay. Joe Jackson, best available guard. Bobby Evans, Bryce Love. It's a good. I like it. You're filling a lot of needs there, you know, with some strong players. It just all depends on if they fall, you know. I try and be as almost as pessimistic as I can with mock drafts because I don't want to assume a player's going to be there, you know. So I kind of overreach in some instances because that happens, you know. That totally happens. Did not trade their QB. Yes, Kevin, I'm a man of class. I drink my soda out of a can. with a straw. I saw a life hack about it. I wanted to try it, and it worked. So, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Did I see Max Unger retired? I did. That sucks for the Saints, but I don't care. They deserve it. I hope that they all retire. I hope Drew Brees surprises them with a retirement. And then Michael Thomas asks to be traded. And then Alvin Kamara decides and goes and plays soccer. You know, that's what I hope happens, because I don't want to see the Saints succeed again, because I hate them. I hate them. You know, Julian Love in the second round, he might go undrafted. There you go, Savage. You know, who knows? Hook to the Saints, WTF. I'm not worried about Jared Cook. I'm not necessarily worried about Jared Cook. I know I'll probably eat those words later, but I've never been too particularly impressed by Jared Cook. I know he's had his good moments. He has a couple of decent games every year, but then he has a few really bad games, you know, like really bad, where he makes very little impact. So, you know, Chance McCoy retires as a Buck 0. Probably. He probably isn't going to retire a Buccaneer. He's probably going to go to the same route Warren Sapp did, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see. It sucks we lost Quan, Adam Humphries, and Deshaun Jackson. Yeah. Sucks a lot. It sucks a lot. But, you know what? I think the Bucs are doing a good job in free agency, you know? I think they're doing a fine job. Hey, David, how are you? Should draft Ricky Aguayo? Never. Never draft Ricky Aguayo. See you, Kevin. Have a good night, man. Have a good night, man. Hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I appreciate that. Don't fix what isn't broken. Need to draft what they need instead of trying to get depth. Get a replacement for a position that is already okay. Don't fix what isn't broken. What they need instead of trying to get depth. Well, I think also that reaching for needs isn't good. I think that's not good at all, is what I would say. Because then if you draft by need instead of best player available, you're not getting the best possible draft you can get. Look what happened whenever the Buccaneers drafted best player available in round 1 a couple of years ago. They ended up with O.J. Howard. So, you know, I think reaching for needs isn't necessarily the best route to go. But it is something to consider for sure. McCoy's made over $100 million WTF. Well, you know, he's pretty good. I like him. I like him. How do I feel about the Eric Berry rumors? Is he rumored to go to the Bucs, or was that just some chatter? I think there was just some chatter amongst us fans. But we'll see. Heard that Xavier Rhodes is being shopped. Do you think we could get him? Probably not. I would say the other Vikings cornerback, Trey Waynes, would be more likely, which I would like a lot, you know? I would like a lot. D-Jax is still a good player, yeah. Are we really switching to a 3-4? Pretty sure. I mean, everybody seems to think so, so I'm about 75% sure that it's going to be a 3-4, maybe 80%. Whatever happened to Chris Conte, he's no longer on the team. His contract ran out, and Buccaneers didn't re-sign him. So, you know, it is what it is. He might sign somewhere else. He might not. But we shall see. Brent dropped his phone. There you go. I don't know if you like wrestling, but WrestleMania is coming to Tampa this year. Big fan of wrestling. I love wrestling. The WWE. That's my jam, okay? And I'm going to try to go to WrestleMania. It's going to cost me like $2,000. But, you know what? I'd love to go to WrestleMania. That'd be sick. Tampa's going to have a lot of cool stuff happening. You know, they're having a lot of cool stuff happening. WrestleMania is coming to Tampa next year's thoughts on John Cena, Kiss of Death, the Red Tornado of Doom. There you go. John Cena's a good wrestler, you know? I mean, dude's an all-star, you know? He's one of the few all-stars left. He's good. He's good. There are too many good players in this year's draft. I strongly believe a phenomenal player will fall to us in round 2. I hope so, man. I want to have a strong draft, especially for BA's first year, you know? Tampa's supposed to be one of Barry's next visits. Well, then I'd be heavily interested. I'd be heavily interested should Barry visit the Buccaneers. I'd make a whole video about it, you know? Just like I just did with Clayton Geathers. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Who will replace Conte as the most hated player on the team? You know what? It's possible Donovan Smith. With how much money Donovan Smith's making, if he doesn't perform, easily him. Easily him. If not him, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Maybe Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith has kind of been building up into that role. You know, he's been getting trained for it. So we just have to wait and see. Hunter Renfrow, congratulations to the Bucs hiring 2 female coaches. Yeah, it's a cool thing, you know. I think it's cool, you know. Conte tore his ACL on that play. He was stiff-armed. Indeed, he was. Indeed, he was. he was donezoed. He was donezoed. Bucs are in cap hell. Not as much. I mean, like, they have some tough situations, but they could easily get out of cap hell. Cap hell is where you don't have a lot of cap room and you don't have a lot of ways to get out of it. Bucs have a lot of ways to get out of it, you know, pretty easily. You know, we haven't drafted an all-pro in decades. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. I think Dwayne Haskins needs to be considered more nice videos, sir. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate that. Maybe I will make a video about Dwayne Haskins to the Bucs. I don't think it'll happen, but, you know, who knows? Who knows? Oh, Caleb Benenoch, too. Caleb Benenoch's a big one. Yeah, Bucs fans could go after Caleb Benenoch. Make Jameis great again. There you go. First take was saying we should draft Haskins. Your thoughts? What do you have? You know, what do you say to that? You know, there's obviously other teams that are going to want Haskins. Even if the Bucs had a sliver of an interest in Haskins, which I don't believe they do. But even if they did, there's other teams that need him, you know, that absolutely need him. So they're going to get Haskins. You know, there's just, it's not going to happen. You know, it's crazy talk. Not crazy talk, but very unlikely talk, in my opinion. What do I think about the Bucs trading back? You know, I would be fine with it, depending on who's on the board. If Quinnen Williams is there, I'd take Quinnen Williams. If a couple of other players are on there, such as Devin White, I'd probably take Devin White. I might trade back and pick up a guy like Greedy Williams for sure. You know, that's what I might do. Chances of drafting Greedy Williams at 5, probably not high, but if you trade down with, say, like the Dolphins or the Giants, yeah, I would put it I'd put it pretty likely, you know, for sure. Winston is better than Haskins. I like Dwayne Haskins. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback for sure. But we'll see. Would I make a video on wrestling? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't care. Make a video on wrestling. Wrestling's cool, man. It's funny. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel talking about wrestling, but too much work. I got too much invested in the Bucs right now. It would take up too much time. What's up, Annie? How are you? Barry's rumored to visit Tampa soon. There you go. There you go. Bob, a lot of people don't know about Winston right now. It's okay. It is okay. Let me see if I can actually see how many people are viewing here. There we go. 63 people. Welcome. Well, welcome, guys. If you're enjoying the live stream so far, hey, go ahead, drop a like. Let's get these likes up, you know. Support and all that fun stuff, you know. Just thought I'd throw that one out there real quick. But Dalton Risner, I've seen a lot of people supporting Dalton Risner. I think that he's a rising guy for a lot of Bucs fans, you know. I think he could be good. Would I comment about the new assistant coaches? Sure. I'll comment about it. I don't know if I'm going to make a video about it. I might. We'll see. Because I know it is a very interesting subject. I'm fine with it. You know, I'm going to expect them to do their jobs like anybody else. I'm not going to give them preferential treatment just because they're women. I expect them to do their jobs, you know, flat out. You know, you got to expect people to do their jobs whenever you hire them, you know, regardless. So I expect them to do their jobs. And, you know, I'm very interested to see how they contribute to the strength and conditioning portion of the team and also the defensive line, because those were the two positions they were hired in. So I think they're fine hires, you know. Keep on building up that coaching staff. Get as many eyes in as many rooms as you can to work on development, you know. That's what I would say for that, you know. Say my name. How will we sign our draft picks? We'll be fine. We'll have enough money, trust me. 2015 Bucs ever since Winston was the #1 overall pick I joined. There you go, Winter Soldier. It's been a couple years. Been a few years, Winter Soldier. Bucs need an alpha after losing Quan. Yeah, it's true. Who's my favorite WWE superstar? Ooh, probably John Cena. John Cena's good. I mean, I really like, I'm trying to think now. Now you got me thinking. Kurt Angle's good. You know, one of those two guys. They're pretty good. You know, they're still going too. So, you know, it's not like they're retired or anything. Nick, I'm not sure what the sources are on the Eric Berry thing, but, I guess, you know, could happen. I don't know. What's up with Alex Kappa? I think Alex Kappa he does have a shot to be the starting right guard. We're just gonna have to wait and see how he develops and whatnot. You know, do I watch All Elite Wrestling? No, but I've heard of it. I know it's run by Cody Rhodes. So there you go. What's my opinion on our current roster moving from to Todd Bowles' system? I'm fine with it, Bob. Bob Barker, that's amazing. Yeah, I think it'll do good for some players, you know. I think it'll be good. What's up, Felipe? How are you? Who should we have start at MLB? Either draft, middle linebacker. I mean, Quan's gone. Levante David will probably be there. Kevin Minter will probably be there, and also Deone Bucannon, as well as Devin White could possibly be there. So we have a lot of options. Let me see. How come our O-line's still bad regardless of all the money we've spent? Possibly lack of development. I don't know why George Warhop stayed as long as he did, but dude obviously couldn't develop an O-line, you know, obviously. One of the hires as an assistant D-line is from the AAF on the Iron Staff. That defense isn't bad. Yeah, exactly. You know, I expect them to do their jobs. I'm fine with the hires, you know. I don't hate it. I'm fine with it, you know. That's what I was saying earlier. Bring in as many eyes as you can so you can continue to develop players. That's the way I feel about it. You know, so it's all good. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Can JPP play a 3-4? Yep, absolutely. Kyler Murray at 5. Kyler Murray's probably not going to go past 1. But we'll see. We'll see. So what's your starting 3 on defense? Defensive or linebackers or defensive line? We will draft a linebacker. Do I like Rashawn Gary? Sure. I'm not too familiar with that name, but, you know, might have to look into that. Yes, Batman sign on the hood. There you go. Starting front 3 on defense. Probably Vita Vea, McCoy. Well, McCoy rotating out at ends sometimes. It could be a mix of people. You know, Nassib could be on the line. JPP could be on the line. It just kind of depends. You know, we'll see. James White's philosophy. We'll see. Yeah. Rashawn Gary, a top 10 pick. Yeah, probably. Linebacker or edge for your pick in the draft. Well, for pick 5, if Quinn, again, I've said this before, if Quinnen Williams is there, you take Quinnen Williams. If not, maybe you take an edge guy, or maybe you trade down. There's a lot of arguments you can make for a lot of these players, you know. It'll be tough. What's up, Austin? How are you? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Should we take Jeffrey in the second round if he falls because of his injury? Yeah, I've actually put him in one of my mock drafts, so I'd be down for it, you know. I put him in one of my mock drafts, so yeah, I would be good with that. For sure. Let me keep on reading the chat here. Still heartbroken over Mark Barron over Luke Kuechly. Happens to the worst of us, you know. Starting 3 on the defensive line. Again, Eric, I think it just depends. You would assume Vita Vea is going to be there. You would assume Gerald McCoy would have some type of role. You would assume guys like Carl Nassib and JPP might have some type of role depending on how they fit into this new defense. It just depends. So, you know, it'll be interesting. I like the idea Bruce Arians wants to get faster. I think that'll make that'll be the makeup of this offseason. Yeah. That'll be the make of this season. Yeah. Speed's important, man, especially in the current NFL. You know, I think it's very important. What's wrong, Brent? I see the oh no coming in. It's not good. Oh no's are not usually good. But yeah, man, Bucs have a lot of interesting decisions to make with their defense. So we'll see. Jesus, tell your sister Lisa I said hello. I said thank you for the support. It's greatly appreciated. Justin Houston signed with the Colts. Saw that. Good signing for the Colts. I like what the Colts do from year to year involving their off seasons. I think they do a good job. I really like Chris Ballard, the GM. I think he's probably one of the better GMs in the league, you know, for sure. 10-year deal for Winston. Probably won't be a 10-year deal, but could see him getting extended. Thanks for answering all the questions, of course, Bob. Anything for you. Anything for you guys, seriously. You know, always down to answer some questions. But, yeah, some interesting signings lately. What do you guys think about all the signings, especially all the visits? I was really bummed to see that the Buccaneers didn't get Clayton Geathers. That really bummed me out. I would have loved him on the team. I think he would have been awesome. Unfortunate. But it does show that the Buccaneers are still interested in bringing in safeties. So I know that we just talked about how the Eric Berry visiting the Bucs doesn't have any sources to it right now, but maybe another safety comes and visits the Bucs. There's still a lot of good safeties out there, so maybe another safety does come and visit the team, you know? Who knows? Just got to be patient with it, you know? What do I think about Arians running 2 practices? I have heard about it. I'm fine with it. It'll be interesting to see. Who do I think could emerge? Ronald Jones is one of the first guys that came to my mind. Basically, any rookie from last year that wasn't Carlton Davis or Vita Vea. They would be some huge names. Brashad Perriman could be another guy. Bobo Wilson would be a guy who's a candidate for that. Same with Sergio Bailey. A lot of the guys who had some minor roles on the team last year, they could get really good chances, you know? You know, that's what I think. Did I hear Kevin White signed with the Cardinals? Really? Whoa, oh, Kevin White, the wide receiver. Former Bears wide receiver? Okay, sure. Good for them. BucsNation sponsored by Pepsi. When your team is in cap hell, have a Pepsi. What's the, from Wayne's World? What was it? It's like this. It's like, it's a taste of a generation. That was from Wayne's World. I saw that recently. I love it. I love that scene from Wayne's World. That was great. Bucs should sign Dez. Is Dez still out there? I thought he was back on the Saints, or he said he wants to be on the Saints. Nocturnal, how are you, man? Just hanging. There you go. There you go. LMAO. There you go. I'm a diehard Knowles fan. Just say how inconsistent Jameis has been. I mean, the whole team's been inconsistent, to be fair, but I could see the frustration with Jameis for sure. An Arians system, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get the job done. I mean, Arians was winning with Drew Stanton. Think about that. Arians was winning with Drew Stanton, you know, and John Skelton at quarterback. That's insane. That is insane to me. He's never had, I don't think, him and Carson Palmer, you know, 2 best quarterbacks Arians has ever had. And Arians won some good amount of games with a guy like Carson Palmer. So I think some big things are coming for Tampa Bay. I have a lot of faith in Arians. Like, probably too much faith. I have a lot of faith in Arians, okay? I'll just say that. Good point, Stanton and Skelton. Yeah, I mean, John Skelton is the GOAT. Back in the old Maddens, what I used to do actually was sign a guy like John Skelton and have him be my starting quarterback. Wasn't fun. Wasn't fun trying to build a team around a guy like a John Skelton or a there was one quarterback I used to use. I can't remember his name right now, but he was like the lowest rated. Too much faith in Arians. My bad. Too much faith in Arians. I don't know. Did I say too much faith in James? I'm sorry. Too much faith in Arians. John Skelton is training MMA now? That's crazy. Dude's a big guy. I like John Skelton. He's cool, but yeah, I tried to build some teams around some crappy quarterbacks, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. Love McCoy. Love McCoy, not needed. I don't think at this point we need the money to fix that secondary. Secondary is a big need right now. They are still interested in some secondary players, so, you know, could be interesting to see how that ends up. Oh, morning from the tropical Philippines, Willem. How are you, my friend? Hope everything is well for you this morning. I'd love to see the Bucs playing in the all-black jerseys. Yeah, I would like that too. These jerseys are dope. Could you imagine if they brought these back? It'd be sick. It'd be sick. Manny Pacquiao, there you go. If James can keep his turnovers less than 2 a game, we'll be fine. That's what Bruce Arians says, man. He says 1 interception is fine, but anything more than that, not good. I tend to agree with that, you know? I tend to agree with that, you know? I think it's a solid point. But yeah, man, you know, I still have a lot of faith in Bruce Arians. I honestly, man, like, I know a lot of people are cautiously optimistic, but I'm like incredibly optimistic. I mean, you guys have seen the videos. I've been so so optimistic about like all of our signings because I think that with this current coaching staff, you know, they can develop them. You know, that's just the way I'm thinking right now. You know, Bucs fan from Thailand. Oh, hello. Welcome. Hello from Thailand. I don't know what time it is there, but good afternoon, good morning, whatever have you. Welcome. Welcome from Thailand. There you go. Bob, thanks for everything. I try to frequent these live streams whenever I can. It's nice to hear informed opinions about the Bucs, so I appreciate that, Bob. Thank you guys for all joining me, as always. It's greatly appreciated. What happens if we'll be 5-11 again? I'll cry. I might actually cry live on video, you know, for you guys. I would do it for you. Mike Smith and Dirk Cutter were terrible high hopes for Bruce Arians. Yeah? Oh, Mike Smith and Dirk Cutter were terrible high hopes for Bruce Arians. I agree with that. Will Winston wear the visor next year? It is on my board of Buccaneers offseason needs. Visor Jameis is a need. If I could work for the Bucs, what position would you want? Jesus, you know, probably help. Honestly, I would love to work for their YouTube channel. That'd be so fun to me. I think it'd be fun, you know, to work part-time for their YouTube channel. I think that'd be a fun gig. That's what I'd probably like to do. If I couldn't do that, I'm actually, you know, I'd say working in the front office for player evaluations and whatnot. That would be my two things that I would want to do. For sure. James would be the water boy. I mean, really anything, honestly. Like, if I could get any job with the Buccaneers, could you imagine the videos I could make? I could be at the Buccaneers facility making videos. That'd be sick. That'd be so cool, you know? The Buccaneers are going to get a letter of recommendation from Annie Frank. That'll be a solid one. Chris Godwin in the slot or second spot? Honestly, probably second spot, but the way Bruce Arians runs his offense, sometimes the number 1 or number 2 wide receivers can go into the slot. So, might see a little bit of both from either he or Mike Evans, you know, just depending, you know. Good morning from Germany. Hello, Annie. Hello from Germany. Want to start winning? We've literally been suffering for almost 2 decades. I know. It's a sad time. It's sad, but I think we're starting to get back there, you know. Number 1 Bucs YouTube channel, Go Bucs. Thank you, Buck the World 2.0, the 2.0 version. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys, seriously, for your support. It means a lot to me, you know. This is a great outlet for me to talk about Bucs football with all of you. Seriously, it's great times. Waterboy today, GM of the Bucs tomorrow. We can only hope. I'll take assistant GM role. I'll be the assistant to Jason Light. I can hang out at the press conferences and get YouTube videos for the channel. It'll be great. I'm just hoping we can get Ronald Jones started and have a lightning and thunder attack like done in A-Train. That would be a cool plan. That'd be a cool plan. Do I hate the Falcons? I hate every NFC South team. I probably hate the Falcons the least, but I still hate them. Adam Humphries, how do I feel, bro? Who's going to replace him? I'm sad he left. I'm so sad he left. But, you know, I'm feeling a little better about it. Much like a breakup, time heals all wounds. But, I think he's going to do some awesome things. I think he's going to do some awesome things in, Tennessee. And I think there's a lot of players that could replace him, you know. I mean, think about this, is Adam Humphries, you know, bottom line, he was an undrafted free agent who worked his way up. So if he can do it, you know, there's a lot of people who can do it, you know. Maybe even Sergio Bailey could be the next Adam Humphries. You don't know. You know, I've said this line before this offseason. I'll say it again. You don't know who your impact players are until they make an impact. So, you know, never just discredit somebody, you know. You know, never just say this isn't going to happen. You know, this player isn't going to be good, because you don't know. You know, new teams can breed new abilities and new good playing. You know, you just never know who your impact players are until they make an impact, you know. So I think that's interesting. Never write off somebody is the point. You know, I hate the Panthers the most, indeed. You can be my Waterboy Shadows. There you go. What is my very favorite piece of Bucs gear that I own? My Mike Glennon jersey, or this Derek Brooks jersey, one or the other, but probably my Mike Glennon jersey. Thoughts on Bucs currently? Thoughts on Bucs are currently offering special jobs, I hear. I didn't know that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to get a special job for the Bucs, I suppose. Running back is the key for AB. Barber and Rojo must catch the ball. Do we need a running back? I did make a video about this, about drafting a running back. If the value's there, yeah. You know, sure, why not? Bucs are hiring a water boys right now, I think. There you go. Mike Evans will have another 1,000-yard season. Yeah. Where did I get that jersey? I won it in a Twitter contest, and I was very happy. Very, very, very happy. Do I think we get Barry? Probably not. He doesn't have any connections with the current coaching staff, I believe. So I think he might go sign with the team that he either A, has connections with, or B, gives him the best chance to go out and win a Super Bowl. Because who knows how many years he has left. I could see him going to the Patriots. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but players do that, man. Players do that, you know? Could happen. Do we even have a punter? We do. We have Bradley Pinion, and I love Bradley Pinion. You know, I'm trying to interview Bradley Pinion, if I'm being honest with you guys. I want to get him on the channel so we can hang out. When are me and Tampa 2 going to do a live stream? I need to talk to him about that, because we do need to do a live stream together. That'd be sick. I saw what he... I was commenting on his stuff. I love Tampa 2 Bucs. He's awesome. He's awesome. If you guys haven't checked him out, go check out Tampa 2 Bucs. He does some awesome content. We signed a punter not too long ago. Indeed. How do you feel about the hiring of female coaches? Again, I'm fine with it. You know, they're gonna do their jobs. You know, I expect them to do their jobs. You know, work on the defensive line and work on the strength and conditioning. That's all I expect of them, is just to do their jobs. Do the Bucs front office have any involvement with analytics? I would assume so. Yes, I would assume they would have an analytics team. What grade would I give the Buccaneers the offseason so far? Honestly, probably around a B+. B to a B+. I like how patient they've been, and I like these one-year contracts. I know not a lot of people do, but would you guys rather have situations where if a player doesn't work out, you're stuck with them for the next couple of years and you have to cut them? Or would you rather have them not work out and then just let them go into free agency? I'd rather have the second option where if they don't work out, you can just let them go into free agency, no sweat. And if they do well, well, then you re-sign them. That's what I would... I love it. I like it. I think it's a win-win. You know, I think it's a win-win. Tampa 2 is a badass dude. I love Tampa 2 Bucs. I cannot say enough good things about him. You know, there's not a lot of us Bucs YouTubers out here at all, actually. There's only like 3 or 4 of us. You know, there's probably... I think... around 4, there's only a handful of us, probably like 6, 7 of us, so gotta stick together, man. Gotta stick together. I do not really care for Tampa 2 Bucs. I got you, man. It's all good. It's everybody's preference, Smallville, you know? It's everybody's preference. Do I hate Sean Payton? Hate Sean Payton. I hate Sean Payton. Sean Payton might be my most hated person in the NFL. He might be. I really cannot stand Sean Payton. Camden, I'm new here and I love your content. Thank you, Camden. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. Rumor on Giants trading Saquon. No, that's not happening. They're not trading Saquon for a 7th round pick. I'd cry with joy because I love Saquon Barkley. I wanted him on the Bucs. But, you know, move down a few spots and take D. White. He could be the next Ray Lewis. He could. I like that all of them were cheap. I like Deone Bucannon and Shaq Barrett. Again, phenomenal signings in my opinion. 2 really good signings, I think. I think that they're good. Honestly, they should consider having Jordan Whitehead returning kickoffs and punts. He's got a lot of experience, you know? That spot's wide open now. That spot is wide open now. Bucs did not do well in free agency. We missed on Hunt, but so did a lot of teams. You know, that's kind of... There's 31 other teams in the league. You know, you can't win them all, you know, and that's just something you gotta, we have to accept that, you know. It's unfortunate, but we can't win all the free agents, you know. Sean Payton is going on a Parcells diet and growing man boobs. Hate Sean Payton. I still hate him, and I hate him and his man boobs now. So, you know, it's unfortunate. I think Hunt will actually miss 8 games, I think was what it was. Cam Newton and Julio Jones are most hated. Yeah, I mean, I don't like him. I really don't like Cam. Bobo or Whitehead as a return man. I'd say try both of them out, you know, just see who kind of wins that in the end. That's what I would say, for sure. Telling you, bro, Whitehead could be a game changer. Do I think Vernon Hargreaves is going to have a good season this year? If he stays healthy, yes. I think he will. I really like this new coaching staff. They really rely on man-to-man corners more, which I'm all for. I think a lot of people could benefit. I think that both Vernon Hargreaves and Carlton Davis. Again, I'm a humongous Carlton Davis fan. He's a future #1 cornerback on this team, in my opinion. I have so much faith in him. I think he's going to do wonders. I hate the Saints, but love Drew Brees. #respect. Yeah, you know, you got to respect Brees. You got to respect Brees. Who do I think we are signing next based on needs? Or are we done until draft day? I don't think we're done until draft day. Probably bring in a safety and a corner just to keep it going. Because we did just have Clayton Geathers visit the team, so I think that they are going to sign a safety here in the coming week or two. Same with cornerback as well, you know, especially since they haven't even looked that deep into it yet. You know, I think that they could bring in one guy for each position. What about Isaiah Crowell? He's another guy. You know, there's a lot of players the Bucs could still go out there and sign. I don't think they're done until the draft at all, actually. So basically, this season is the price. Is the price at year for all the more disappointing players. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Teddy, but I'll say yes for the purposes. Is a prove it year. Yeah, is a prove it year for all the more disappointing players. Yeah, absolutely. It's a prove it player for a lot of people on this roster. Like a lot of people on this roster. Carl Nassib will have a monster year, but can we be able to re-sign him? Possibly, yeah. I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance for sure. If we get Eric Berry and Trey Waynes, I'll be good. I mean, yeah, signing Eric Berry and trading Trey Waynes, that'd be awesome. I hope we get Doc Dennard. Austin, I'm sorry I have to be the one to inform you of this, but Doc Dennard today actually just re-signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. I'm so sorry that I had to tell you that, but I'm sad about it too. He was on my honorable mentions list, but he's gone. Bashaud Breeland's gone for me too, so you know it's okay. You know, rip to Doc Dennard. Yeah. Welp. Oh. Is it a concern that there are more? Is it a concern that there are that many more prove it guys on the roster? Well, it's not just a prove it type of situation for the players that the Buccaneers have already signed. It's a prove it situation for a lot of people. Jameis Winston has to prove it. Guys like Peyton Barber have to prove it. Ronald Jones has to prove it. There's a lot of people who have to prove it. You know. So it's going to be a really interesting season, depending on how things shake out. You know, we could see a lot of players getting re-signed or let go, depending on how next season goes. You know, but we don't even have to think about that right now because we're rolling right now with this off season. You know, that's what we're rolling with. Let me see. Do I think we got a chance to win the division? Yeah, of course I do. Absolutely. I met Doug Martin, Bobby Rainey, and Mike Evans. There you go. I loved Bobby Rainey. I made such a funny joke about Bobby Rainey one time. I'll tell it to you guys one day. It was such a stupid joke, but I thought it was hilarious. I can't remember all the Bucs players I've met in person, honestly. I haven't met a lot. I know that. It's probably only been like one or two, if I'm being honest. It has not been a lot. It has not been a lot, you know, at all. But, no, it's fine. I just want improvements on the defense. Indeed. Fitz went to the Dolphins. He did. I think he'll do some decent things there. Curry went back to the Eagles. He did. Everybody's going home now. Where's Doug Martin? I think he's on the Raiders now. Need to go back to that good old Bucs football. Agreed with that. Have I checked out Andy Isabella? No, but I'm writing down that name right now. I have, DJ, I've seen you been blasting the comment section with his name. And I'm sorry I have not checked him out yet. I'm going to write his name down right now. And after this live stream, I will look at him and I will look at Joe Jackson for you guys. And maybe I can do a video going in depth about them, where I think they could possibly go. Favorite non-Buck player, old and new. Favorite non-Buck player, old, Barry Sanders. Love Barry Sanders. I think he's possibly the best running back to ever play. I love Barry Sanders. New player who's a non-Buck. That one's a little bit tougher. Baker Mayfield's up there for me. Really like Baker Mayfield. I've become a big fan of a guy like Tyrann Mathieu or Quentin Nelson. You know, there's a few guys out there. There's a few guys. But we'll see. We'll see. And Isabella's a really good slot guy. All right, all right. I'm on board with that. Will be a bargain in the later rounds. Well, I'm glad I wrote him down then. Definitely glad I wrote him down. Look at Temple's Raquel Armstead. You got it. So, I'll write down his name real quick. Raquel Armstead. There we go. Yep, got it. Cool. I have some players to look up now. Mayfield. I like Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield's cool. You know, he's got a really cool swagger about him. I think he's good. Move Cameron Brate for the cap space. That could be something I could see maybe happening after the draft, if it would happen. You know, maybe. Clay Matthews, Rams, poor Packers. Yeah, sucks, but, you know, Packers had the chance to keep him. 30 other teams had the chance to sign him. And he went to the Rams, so, you know, hey, the rich get richer, you know. Winston is our guy. Oh, I agree, Winston is our guy. I just like Baker Mayfield, too. What about Trey Boston? I like Trey Boston. I think Trey Boston should get a visit to the Buccaneers. That's what I think, yeah. Oh, Smallville, you got work at 6 a.m.? Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Jesus. You have to get up in... So you have to be at work at 6 a.m.? That means you have to, like, wake up at around, like, 5? You have to get up in, like, 6 hours, man. Yeah, I know. Go to sleep. I understand. Thanks for being on so late. I appreciate you all. Oh, my gosh. The sacrifice of sleep is a big deal to me. I value it very greatly. Am I going to get a Bruce Kanago hat? Kango hat? If yes, what color? Oh, absolutely. I'm probably going to get 3 of them. I'm going to get, like, a ton of them. Every color. I'm getting one. I know I'm going to get at least one. Jonathan, well, if you're heading out too, have a great night. Smallville, have a great night as well. Thank you both for coming in. I appreciate that. Hanging out. Seriously, greatly appreciated. Seriously, you guys are awesome. How many times can I say seriously in a few seconds? Mayfield took his throne by force from House Tyrod Taylor. Indeed. Nice Game of Thrones reference, John. New final season's coming up. I'm excited. TB Bucs, good night. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming on. Make a highlight video on Winston. That'd be a cool one. Evil, my life would have been complete if I could just meet Dungy. I think I've met Monty Kiffin. I've seen him before. He used to shop at the grocery store that I work at, so I've seen him a couple of times. He's a very nice man. I love Monty Kiffin. Call him Mr. Monty. He's a great man. Bucs GOAT of all time, who? Brooks or Barber, probably. Those guys were just insane. How do I feel about the female assistant coaches? Again, I'm fine with them, you know. I expect them to do their jobs. You know, I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with it. I'll probably, you know, I've seen a lot of questions about this. I think I'm gonna make a video tonight based on that. So I thank you guys for that. I think I'll make a video about that. Thank you guys. Let me write that one down. Maybe we'll see. That's a touchy subject. But I might make a video on that. We'll see. Trade with the Giants. There you go. Yo, what's up, Avash? How are you, my friend? WD40. New here and contributing to the videos. I love it. Thank you, Camden. I appreciate that. Seriously, you know, you guys ask the questions, man. You guys give me tons of ideas for videos. Seriously, like tons of ideas. If I had to pick a team from the A, if I had to pick a player from the AAF, who would I get? Oh man, Terence Garvin. I love Terence Garvin or Keith Reeser. Both those guys are awesome. Will a woman ever become a head coach in the NFL, James? Says George. I think it's possible. I think it'll happen eventually. You know, I think it'll happen eventually. For sure. I think it will. Still waiting for the creamsicle jerseys to make a return somehow. Dude, give it enough time. It'll happen. You know? I want it to happen. Oh, man. No, wait, hold on. I gotta fix something. No. Wait a minute. There we go. Had to fix my camera. Camera was broken, guys. Sorry about that. My daughter's a big fan of yours. Can you give her a shout out? Her name is Ashley Long. Of course I can, Dre. Ashley Long, shout out to you. You're awesome. Thank you for being a fan of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Seriously, you're awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. There you go. Was that good, Dre? I hope that was good. I won a scholarship for a football league, and Dungy presented the award. I also met him at First Watch. Nice. First Watch. That place sounds familiar. Is that a restaurant? The creamsicle jerseys were the best, man. Indeed, indeed. Stevens will be sick. Bucs blitzers. Yeah, I hope so. Creamsicle jerseys are cursed. Maybe a little. Red Tide defense. How do I feel about the XFL coming to Tampa? I plan on making videos for the XFL. That's what I plan on doing that. Breakfast place? Yeah. Oh, I've heard of First Watch. They're good. They're good. Of course, Dre. Hey, Ashley Long, again, shout out to you, Ashley. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you. Teddy got to head to bed. There you go. I'm going to answer a couple more questions, guys. I'm probably going to head out as well because I got other stuff I got to do tonight. But, Dom, hello. How are you, my friend? James Livestream Gaming. I plan on that. I plan on that eventually. John Doe. Ashley with the all caps. Aw, thank you, Dre. Thank you for sharing that with me, man. I do appreciate that. I'll answer a couple more questions here, and then I'll head out. I waited tables at a really nice restaurant on Treasure Island. I waited on half the staff back in the day and worked on, and Mike also sat at the same table. Kiffin was awesome, too. Good tips. Jesus, Jeremy, those are some good tips. Holy crap, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. And Dre, I'm glad I could make Ashley smile. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Do I think do you guys think giving a second round pick to get Gerald McCoy to Chicago for Jordan Howard in a sixth would be a fair deal? That one's tough. Possibly, if you get a second round pick this year, I would say you. Oh, a second round pick and McCoy for Jordan Howard in sixth. Oh, I don't know if that'd be fair. I mean, McCoy is still insanely talented, so I think you're giving up too much there. Have I always been a Bucs fan? Yeah, I've always been a Bucs fan. I love the Bucs. I've been a Bucs fan pretty much my entire life. Just wish we could play the Rams. I hate them. Indeed, indeed. Gotta go to bed to work. Good night, Cavis. Have a good night, my friend. James, appreciate you making me part of the family. I'll be out. For sure, have a fan of me. Of course, Camden. I'm glad. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome, Camden. Hope to have you on here talking about the Bucs for the very long foreseeable future. Thank you for joining. I have a YouTube channel. I was wondering if you could check me out. I plan on being a YouTuber soon. Sure, Dom. I'll check out your YouTube channel. Josh Freeman and Martin Gramatica. There you go. There you go. Jordan Howard, no thanks. Jordan Howard is another barber bigger. It's a good point. It's a good point. But guys, I'm probably gonna head out here. Evil says drop a like before y'all hop off. You know, I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate that. Much love to all of you guys as well. You know, thank you so much for watching this live stream. Greatly appreciated. Just to hang out, kind of a live stream. Don't forget to like the live stream if you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna head out here, but I thank you guys for joining me. It's greatly appreciated. Again, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. It's greatly appreciated. Just to answer this last question about the one-year contracts, I think it is kind of make or break for a lot of people, not just the guys who are signing the one-year contracts, but for the guys who are on this current roster right now. There's a lot to prove this year, so it should be good. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this this live stream. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, again, thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. But again, till then, and as always, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.